I'm Zach Manning, and today I'm going to be giving an interview to Coach Cody Manning. He's the assistant football coach at DeSoto High School in Helena, Arkansas. And Coach, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask a few questions.
Sounds good.
First off, I was wondering, why did you want to become a coach?
I wanted to become a coach. Really, it all started back when I was in school playing football. From the time I was in 4th grade up, I've been playing football every single year. And really, as you made your way into high school, learning all the new things, really getting in depth with football, the different formations that, what we should be practicing and learning for on a week-to-week basis, depending on who you're playing, the strategies, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. It was something I enjoyed doing. In my last few years being the quarterback and getting to sit down with the coach before each week and trying to figure out what was the best way to go about the next week of practices and what the game plan was for the next opponent, those kind of things. It all was real fun. I loved doing it, and it was something I knew that I wanted to always do.
How long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching now for 3 years. I'm an assistant football coach at DeSoto High School under Bill Beck. And 3 years doesn't sound like a lot, and it doesn't feel like a lot because it really goes so fast. Each of our seasons before playoff are 10 weeks long, and it really feels like 1 to 2. When you really do enjoy what you're doing, it flies.
With that being said, do you think you were prepared whenever you came out of college for your job?
Yeah, I feel like I had the knowledge and skill base to be a good coach. Now, when I took my first job, I really didn't know what to expect when I got to the school. When I met all the new coaches, the new kids, the faculty of the school, you don't really know what to expect. The routine, the facility, how things are run on a daily basis, workouts, practices, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a lot to get used to at first, but yes, you do know what you're doing as a coach, and you are prepared coming out of school. After a few weeks, though, of getting to know everyone a little bit better and knowing the routine and how things kind of flow together, you feel at home and everything. But yes, you do feel prepared coming out of school.
So far, what would you say has been your biggest benefit, whether it be on a yearly basis, a season basis, or a weekly basis? What do you think has been your biggest benefit?
Biggest benefit, I would have to say the biggest benefit is watching the kids, watch the team kind of grow, mesh together. Love to play each game, each practice, but when you get to sit down and look back and watch how much a kid has developed their talent or know the sport better and love to come out there and better himself every day, and to watch the team as a group better themselves and become better and want to fight for each other and become like a brotherhood, then that's when you know that what you're doing everything right.
I just asked about your biggest benefit. What would you say has been your biggest struggle so far?
Biggest struggle is probably trying to keep the kids motivated. 10 weeks of playing the same teams year after year, it kind of gets monotonous to the kids, so you have to figure out ways to keep them motivated, keep them growing in the sport and developing their talent more and more. Some kids want to just play just to play. Some kids are actually wanting to try to play at the next level. So you're having to motivate each kid on a daily basis to stay involved and to grow, to want to be out there and love being out there. You don't want anyone to be out there when they don't really want to be. So to keep them motivated and interested in what we're doing on a daily basis, and keep their knowledge up of why we're doing it, what we're doing, that kind of thing. Just keeping them motivated each week has probably been the biggest struggle.
Coach, I know you've had to deal with a little losing here and there, but how exactly do you deal with the losing?
Losing's tough. You never kind of get used to losing, but you use it as a learning experience. You sit back each week and you go over the film, you go over the little details of what you remember during the games, what you did wrong during practices that led to certain things in the game. So you use it as a learning experience, and you also have to try to keep up the morale. Like I said, 10 weeks of playing the same teams can kind of be monotonous and hard. So when you lose a game, it may be a team that beats you every year, or had you beat every year and then they end up beating you. It can kind of be a gut punch, and you have to figure out a way to keep their morale up, keep them interested in what we're doing each week.
Well, I know I asked about your biggest struggle, but what would you say stresses you out the most, or is the most stressful aspect of your job?
The most stressful aspect would probably have to be just knowing that you did everything you could for the kids. Looking at them after a loss and sitting there thinking, did I prepare them enough? Am I doing a good enough job of connecting with the kids so that they are understanding what we're doing? Or did I do everything to better that kid on a weekly basis? Or did I miss something? Did I forget to do something for them to help them progress? It's probably the most stressful and kind of weighs on you, especially after a loss, of are you doing everything that you possibly could? So you kind of have to sit back and self-reflect on yourself as a coach and coaching to make sure that you're always bettering yourself and pushing yourself as you are pushing the kids and trying to better them.
Lastly, what advice would you give someone who is wanting to coach at a high school level?
Well, to stick with it. If it's something you really love, just stick with it. The money may not be great at first. You may, in the first few weeks, feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Because, like I said, it's a new school. It's kind of overwhelming when you're first out of school and you're at your first job, that kind of thing. So just stick with it. It was, you chose this for a reason. You loved this sport or coaching in general for a reason. Just don't ever forget why you became a coach and why you wanted to coach, because everything else will fall into place. Just keep pursuing what you want to do, put everything you have into it, and keep trying to grow as you teach the kids. Find new ways and always be looking for new ways to learn different aspects of the coaching, new formations, new strategies, those kind of things. If you loved coaching, just stick with it.
Well, Coach, that's all I have to ask you today. I thank you for taking the time out of your day to answer some questions.
Thank you.